What's good, everyone? My name's Joseph and I just finished my first year at MIT. This is more of a chill video. I just wanted to come on here and talk about my goals for the summer. So I guess I have like 2 to 3 main goals. And I guess what people first want to know is like what I'm doing this summer, right? Because I think when people think about a lot of MIT people and their plans for the summer, they expect like some sort of fancy software engineering internship, some sort of fancy lab job, whatever the fuck. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys and tell you that I have like one internship, okay? And it's like 10 hours a week apparently. So part-time, like very much part-time. And that's not gonna be taking that much of my time. It's basically my role is like as a social media person, doing marketing, content creation. And obviously with this YouTube channel, it's something that's more up my alley at this point. And to be completely honest with everyone, I am like a computer science major. My major is computer science, economics, and data science. And I have like, at this point, absolutely no technical skills. So I guess one of my goals this summer that ties into that whole thing is, first of all, doing an internship well, being on time, getting all my deadlines in, because this is like the first time in my entire life that I've like had like an actual job. I've never had an internship. I've never like done any sort of paid work ever, other than like maybe editing college essays, which is like not, it's not that time intensive, not that important, honestly, in the grand scheme of things. Not it's not important. It's just not a very structured like environment, right? And I guess if I have an internship, I feel like it's gonna be something that's a little bit more structured. So I wanna, be responsible in the workplace and get that shit done and just enjoy that part. So there's that. I guess another goal of mine that goes off of that is just like becoming more content with myself. And what I mean by that is like, I guess throughout the semester, and I'll talk more about this in another video, it was very hard for me to not constantly look at other people, especially my friends, and just look at them and not think that I'm like a fucking dumbass or something like that. Like not think that I'm absolutely fucking stupid. Because when I look at other people, most of the time in MIT, they're taking harder classes than me. They're taking classes that are more advanced than me at this point. And it's kind of hard not to immediately make the connection off of that you are stupid or that, you simply just don't belong there. That's literally what the main definition of imposter syndrome is that you don't belong at the place that you are. And it's been very hard for me throughout the semester to not feel that way. And I guess a big part of what will help me, I guess, in the future and in the present, not feel so bad about myself in terms of, academics and stuff like that, is just like finding out what I'm there for. Just figuring out like, why am I trying to get education? I still haven't figured it out yet. I think I'm like a lot of people, I think I'm like a lot of people when I say that, I kind of went to college because it was just kind of the only option I had. My parents, obviously, as Asians, I shouldn't say that, that's stupid. Like a lot of parents in America, it's very, very much just expected for kids to just go to college and get a good degree and get a good job, whatever, go to a good college. And I never really thought to myself, why am I in college? Like, is there a reason for me specifically why I'm here? Is it so I can meet more people that are like-minded with me? Is it so that I have more career opportunities? Is it so just like, is it really just because it's just something I have had to do? And I guess I have to start spending more time meditating. I started meditating this semester. It's really helped me just calm down my mind. I'm someone who overthinks a lot, thinks a lot about things. Obviously, my channel name is fucking AnxiousJoe. Obviously, I have a lot of anxiety all the time. So that's really helped me. I guess I just need to spend some time, sit down and think about what exactly I want from my life and what are things that are important to me. And another thing that's important to me, which is kind of the second or third thing that I need to work on this semester, this summer, is, well, my weight. And not really my weight, but more so my body and my fitness, okay? And here's the thing, I'm a tennis player, right? I was recruited to MIT to play tennis as a student athlete for like NCAA tournaments, right? So that means like I feel like I have an obligation to try my hardest, because I feel like the main reason that I got into this school that's extremely hard to get into is because I'm a tennis player. And I can get into a whole fucking story about fucking tennis and why I've gained weight and why I've gotten out of shape. But here's the scoop, right? Basically, the end of my junior year of high school, I got a stress fracture in my right foot, and I was out from the game for like 2 months, okay? And then, basically, after I came back, the first practice I came back, I went way too hard. If you guys don't know, a backhand is like when you use, like, 2 hands to hit the ball on your left side. I'm not sure how it looks in the camera because it's kind of like flipped when you record. You get what I mean. So it's like, this is my left side, right? So every time I hit a backhand, I was trying to hit like way too hard to hit topspin on it, like get spin on it. And when you do that, you really have to snap your wrist. And on the backhand side, that's your left wrist. Okay, this is my left hand. And basically, apparently, I basically broke off a chunk, like a very small chunk of bone, like right here in my wrist. I never really got it fixed. I'd gotten some physical therapy on it, but like that also made it hard for me to play tennis for a while because it was hurting, and I basically could only hit slices, which means like a shot where you only use your right hand, and I was less motivated to go to practice. And then after that, I was basically starting to get healthy again, like in terms of my injuries, and then COVID hit. And I didn't play tennis for about 6 months. And then after 6 months, until I went to college, for about another 6 months, I played tennis once a week. And, you know, I didn't end up eating less. In fact, I feel like I ended up eating more than I did when I was playing tennis like 5 times a week because I was very stressed out. I was very, very anxious all the time. Honestly, a little depressed. And I kind of look at myself now through his camera, and I remember just looking through our photo album, like from my pod, which is like the friend group that I had in my first, like this semester. And I remember looking at it, and I was like, what the fuck have I done to myself, you know? And it's not even like a thing where it's like I'm just like that self-conscious about the way I look. Like, I obviously care about the way I look, like everyone does, right? But that's not the main thing. I guess the biggest thing was just like, I fought so hard throughout high school to play tennis, and I won't get into that whole story. That's a story for another video, but I fought extremely hard, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just all of it. I fought so hard to fulfill the dream that I had, which was to play college tennis, right? And that was like my main focus throughout all of high school, and because I love this sport, like that's my favorite thing to do in the entire world. And I look at myself now, and I won't say exactly how much weight I've gained, but I've gone up like 4 to 5 BMIs in the past 2 years, and that's disturbing to me. I'm quite frankly disgusted with myself that I let that happen. And, you know, I was sitting by myself and just kind of wondering, you know, what should I be focusing on this summer? And that was like 2 weeks ago. And I kind of had this thought in my head, like initially, that I should try to get in shape this summer. And I was just thinking, like, that's too hard. You've let yourself go so much over the past 2 years that you should like just quit it. Like, honestly, quit the tennis team. You're not good enough. You're physically not in shape. You're obviously not physically ready to do that yet. Just give up. And I immediately just had such like an adverse reaction to my own thoughts at that point. It was just like, how can I say that? That was like the only goal I had for so many years in my life. Not the only goal, obviously, but just such a huge goal in my life for so many years, to play college tennis, to continue a tennis career, because tennis is the thing that I love to do most in the entire world. And how are you going to sit here and just let yourself sabotage that? How are you going to let yourself just not even try to revive something that you've worked so hard for so fucking long? And I can't let myself do that. I can't do that. Like, for my health, like honestly, just for my health, tennis is the main way I get exercise usually. For my mental health, also, because again, it's my favorite thing to do. It helps me take my mind off of things that are bothering me. I can't let myself do that, and so I have to get back in shape, like as soon as possible too, because I was like out of breath after a lot of practices and just really tired. I assumed that would partially is because of the mask and, you know, just not being in shape and not being used to playing tennis for a long time. But after I started playing like for multiple months in college, and we stopped having to wear masks during practice because of vaccinations and new policies and stuff like that, I was still very much tired after every fucking practice. And I just kind of have to wonder to myself, how did I expect to eat at least the same amount as I was before and not exercise and nothing bad would happen? Like, how did I expect that? I'm just fucking disappointed. And, I remember one thing my coach told me in my junior year of high school was like, you realize how good you'd be if you were actually athletic? And here's the thing. I am someone who's never been truly athletic in their entire lives. Maybe my peak athleticism, my junior year, I was more athletic than the average person for sure, in terms of fitness and stuff. But compared to someone who's the average person who was at my tennis level at the time, I probably was the least athletic person on the court for majority of the tournaments that I was playing. And, I went ahead and gained a ton of weight and didn't work out for 2 years. Or didn't really work out for 2 years and didn't work out at all for 8 months. So I'm disgusted myself, but I have to keep telling myself no one gives a shit. You shouldn't give a shit. You watching me, I shouldn't give a shit about feeling sorry for me, because that doesn't get anyone anywhere. That doesn't help anyone. And I just have to put my fucking head down and just get shit done. And again, no one gives a shit about you if you feel sorry for yourself. I'm not going to give a shit about if I feel sorry for myself in the future. All I'm going to see if I look back on this and I don't act on what I feel right now is, wow, you wasted such a great opportunity for you to experience something that you've worked for so freaking long. And you just threw it out the window because you are a bitch who can't be offered to get off his ass and work for something that he wants. And again, it's just about putting my head down and getting the shit done. So, I've started to use MyFitnessPal again. It's been 2 years since I've done that. Maybe if I started using that more and earlier, I wouldn't have done so much fucking damage to my body that I already have. It's fine. I've been eating 1,500 calories the past week, every single day. And, that's not a lot, but honestly, I don't feel that hungry, even though I was eating 2 times that amount, before I started using MyFitnessPal again. And, my goal this summer is to lose 2 pounds every week, at least. And since there's 14 weeks this summer, that means that my goal is to lose about 30 pounds, at least. And that's not going to be easy, but again, when I find a driving force for this, that's honestly, a lot of people, when they try to lose weight and get into shape, it's for the way they look. It's because they want to be more attractive. And that is a small motivation here, but the bigger motivation here is the fact that I know if I don't get into shape, I'm going to be basically kicked off the team. Maybe not kicked off the team, but I won't be playing in any important matches. I won't be playing anything that has any sort of meaning. And I don't want that. I want to try to work and maximize my potential. I'm excited to see how far I can take my tennis game and, my mental strength, because I've never really physically pushed myself that hard before. And I feel it's almost sort of a mental block to me where I don't feel comfortable pushing myself physically, because I almost feel it's not something I'm meant to do. I feel I was born with more I was born with more mental, academic, emotional resilience, but I wasn't born with very much physical resilience. I need to break through that barrier. If I can do that, that's such a big mental block in my life that, if I'm able to break through that, I feel after that, I would have the confidence to break through a lot of other mental blocks I have in my life. So I feel that's a big area where I can improve on and get more confidence. Looking in this selfie camera on my phone that I'm filming on, and just looking at freaking our Google, or the Google Drive with all the pictures from my friend group. It's just how did I let myself get so big? How did I let this happen? But again, it's not about feeling sorry for myself. It's getting this shit done. So no excuses. Absolutely no excuses need to be made. And that's that. And the last goal I have is this channel. It's no secret that I haven't been uploading enough, and I haven't been uploading as much as I want to. So this summer, I'll have a lot of free time. My goal is to upload at least once a week, hopefully. And hopefully twice a week if that's possible. I'll see. And one last thing, if you didn't know this video had absolutely no editing. And if you've been around the channel long enough, you would realize that most of my videos are very editing heavy. And my goal is to no matter how insecure I feel about this, and no matter how much I hate myself for doing this, I'm going to be putting out unedited videos, okay? Like 1 out of every 3 videos is going to be unedited, just raw footage. And I've almost lost confidence in my ability to be like entertaining and interesting as a person, basically like how I am in real life without editing, and that's concerning to me. And it's also a lot more work for me to just edit like a giant fucking video. So I'm going to be making unedited videos for like 1 every 3 videos. So if you enjoy this type of content and just me sitting down talking to a camera, let me know. But this video is already way too fucking long. It's like 15 minutes long at this point, and usually with the power editing, I could probably get that down to about 7 minutes, but I can't edit this video because I'm forcing myself to sit down, upload this to YouTube, and not do anything to it other than maybe add background music. So here you go. If you stuck around this long and you're new to the channel, it must mean that you fucked with me at least a little bit, because this is an unedited video once again, and probably more boring than most of my other content. So if you stuck around for this long, you should probably hit the subscribe button, like the video, give me a comment, and let me know what you think about these goals. But yeah, this is also a way for me to hold accountability for myself, because if I go into the summer and I fucking gain weight or something like that, look how fucking stupid that would look, you know? Especially since I fucking uploaded a video to the internet. So at this point, I can't fucking not do the goals, because then I'd be fucking embarrassed. So there you go. That's another motivation for making this video. Okay, this video is way too long. Goodbye. Stay anxious, everyone. Have a good day and peace.